people, you are welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn how to sew 8 corner slits. So for the past 4 weeks we've been learning how to sew slits in Ghana. So we started with pencil, we have done 4 corners, we have done 6 corners, and today we are going to do 8 corners. And the procedure for 8 corners is just as the same as 6 and 4 corners. Please, if you are watching me and you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing. Don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you'll always be updated whenever I upload a new video. Okay, so we are using 2 yards of fabric for our slit. In here we use 2 yards of fabric for slit. Ghana, there's a slit. And here we have 8 corners slit. So I've already lined the fabric. My line in the middle. So if you want to know how to line a fabric, please, I'll leave the link in the description box. Then you watch how to line a fabric. So what you do is, after lining your fabric, you are going to fold it into 8. And that is because it's 8 corners into 8. If it's 6, you fold it 6. If it's 4, you fold it 4. And so I folded it into 8. So I'm going to open. So this is this. This is another one. So if I open it this way, it becomes 4 corners. If I close it, it's 8. Okay, so this is it. And this is another one. And so you can see, hope you can see the line. So this is 1 line, 2 line. Then I have this line, 3, and the line also here. So we have, this is our 8. So when you fold it, you fold it 2 equally, 2 this way equally, then you fold it again, another one equally again, making 4. Then you fold it again this way, making 8. Then you iron it very well to get all the lines out very well. Okay, so when you finish, the next thing you will do is your client's hip measurement. You are going to use your client's hip measurement for both the hip and the waist. Yes, but at the waistline you can decide to reduce it a bit. The reason why you use the same for the waist is because you are not going to cut, you are going to put a rope in. And so you need the hip measurement for the waist. But sometimes you can reduce the waist measurement a bit. And so you take the hip measurement, you divide it into 8, because it's 8 corners. You're going to divide it into 8. Okay. And so after dividing it into 8, the hip measurement I'm using is 42. And 42 divided by 8 is going to be 5.25. 5.25. So if I place my tape measure here and measure 5.25, I have 8 inches from the ends here, the edge here, to the line in the middle here. I have 8. So if I measure 5.25, let's say 5.5, so this is it. So I'm going to have 1, 2.5. So 1, 2.5, it means I have to divide it into 2. And when I divide it into 2, 1 is going to be for this line, and 1 is going to be for this line folded into 2 this way. But I'm not going to measure exactly the 5.25. I'm going to make it 5. I'm going to make it 5 so that I can use the rest to shape it out. Okay. And so if I make it 5, the 5, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3. So it means I'll have 1.5 on both sides. All that I have to do is to determine where is going to be the upper part. So I'm using this for the upper part and this for the down part. So I'll just place my tape measure here and measure from waist to hip. And the waist to hip, we are using 9. This is 9. And then we are going to measure waist to knee. The 9 includes folding allowance. That is 1 inch on the top. So at the end of the day, it's going to be 8. And then the waist to knee, we are going to use 18. 18 will add 1 to 8 to make it 19 for folding on the top. Okay. So this is it. And then I'll just calculate my 1.5 here. So I'm going to do the 1.5 all through. Okay. to the knee line also here. Now when you get to the knee, you can decide that how you want the knee to feel around. You can decide you can decide to use the same 1.5 on at the knee area, or you can decide that you want your knee area, maybe you want all around your knee to be 36 or 30. And so if it's 36 or 30, you are going to divide it into 8, and you use that for your knee area. You use that for your knee. Okay. And so for me, I am going to use, instead of 1.5, I'll use 2 inches for the knee area here. Okay, so what I'm going to do then, I'll come to the down here. I'll measure half an inch for the down here. Okay, and so what I'll do is I'll pick my ruler and then mark it out. Now, how to know your knee round measurement is, you just pick your tape measure and take it round your knee and walk through. If you are comfortable with it, then that is okay. So I will join it to the knee point. Then I'll take it straight to the 1/2 inch here. Okay, so this is it. So I'm going to pin it. I'm going to pin everything together. So this is it. We are done pinning. And then the next thing I'm going to do is to pick another line. So you're going to pick another line like this. So this is the line. We are going to pick it this way. Make sure the line will come out very well. And then use your hands to press it to get the line out. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so you place the measurement there. That is 9, then 19. Okay, and so we'll measure 1.5 here. Then we'll measure another 1.5 here. Then when we come here, we are going to measure 2 inches at the knee. And then the down here, we are going to measure 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch, okay. Okay guys, so this is it. I am done pinning everything together. So this is it. This place I joined, the lining was short, so I had to fold the side and join it with the lining. Okay, and so this is it. So we have 1 2 3 4 5, and when you come here 6 7 8. So this is our 8 corners. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the shape. I'm going to shape it very well. So you can pick anywhere to be your side way. So I'm going to pick this side, the open side. I want this to be my side waist. Okay, so this is it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate to see. I'm going to measure the waist and the hip. So when I place it here for the hip, I need 21. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have 1 inch here, so it means I'm going to reduce it by half on both. Okay, I think I didn't do my calculation well. So now when you are doing your calculation, your hip, instead of dividing it into 8, divide it into 16. Divide it into 16. So when you divide it into 16, you will use it for the hip measure. So at the end of the day, you realize that because it's folded into 2, if you divide it into 16, it means it's going to be this. When I divide it into 8, that is the 5.25. So at the end of the day, the 1.5 I measured here, I could have divided the 1.5 into 2. And so folding here 1.5, folding here 1.5 is going to, this is 3. Here alone is 3. Here alone is 3. But at the end of the day, here together should be 1.5. So I could have measured 1/2 1/4 here. That is 1/2 1/4 here. 1/2 1/4, 1/2 1/4, 1/2 1/4 all through. But all the same, it is not a big deal. So I'll just place it here. I want 21. But I have 23 here. So this is 21. And so I'm going to have 1 on each side. 1 on each side. So I have 1 inch here. I have 1 inch here. Okay. Then the waist, her waist is 29. Her waist is 29. But instead of 29, I'm not going to make it 29. I can use, or you can use the measurement at the hip area for the waist, but I don't want it to be too puffy at the waist area. So instead of marking 21, I am going to mark 19. I'm going to mark 19 and should be able to wear. So this is 19, and I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, 2 inches on each side. 2 inches. 2 inches here. And then this place is going to be 2. So 2 inches also here. Okay. Now when I come to the knee area, what I have here is 17. It's okay. And so this is okay. I'm not going to do anything to it. So the knee area and the down there is okay. So I'll pick my curve this way and join it from waist to the hip. Waist to the hip. Waist to the hip. And then from hip to the knee, I'm going to change it. Hip to the knee. Okay. So this is it. Okay, so this is it. Then I'll come to this side also. Waist to hip. The knee here is supposed to be 2 inches. So I'll mark it there. Okay. I'll measure the 1/2 inch here. And then join it to 8. I'm going to do is I'm going to sew through all the lines, the pinned areas. Then after, what I'll do is I'll fold 1 inch here and sew on top all around, then put a rope in, then I'll come and show it to you. Okay guys, so this is it. I'm done with it. I've folded the upper part 1 inch and I've added the rope to 8. So this is our 8 corner slits. Please, if you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing, and also watch out for another tutorial. Thanks so much. Like the video, share, and leave a comment. Bye bye.
Semi-straight.